Hello, welcome. My name is Scott Melanie. I work for an organization called Global Exchange, a human rights and environmental justice nonprofit, internationally renowned for their work throughout the country. Today we come to you from Highland Park, Michigan, ground zero for what the economic depression has seen here throughout the country. As you look around, you see houses that have been dilapidated, been blown out by local residents who have no jobs, no money, and are in survival mode here in Highland Park throughout the country as well. Highland Park, Michigan is a microcosm of what the U.S. and specifically here in Michigan and Southeast Michigan and even Detroit is and where we're at and what we need to do. We need to find solutions to our problems, and we need to make sure those solutions come from the community, come from empowerment. What we've done here in 2010 in summer is put together a 2010 Green Economy Leadership Training. The 2010 Green Economy Leadership Training, also known as GELT, is a 9-week program to empower, instill, and train 15 individuals on how to live, work, and mentally be successful in the green economy. Right now we are working with residents all down the block of Grove Street right here throughout the training to turn this Grove Street into a model block. We're outside of 89 Grove Street, one of the target houses for the training. Let's take a look at it now. This is kind of the before. This is how we acquired it. Structurally, foundation-wise, very sound, although obviously inside you can see a lot of key elements that we look to redevelop as we move forward. If we take a look down the street a little bit, we have a homeowner here we've been working with to talk to her about what she would like to see happen, because next to her we have the greenhouse, but also these two houses here are looking to come down this summer as part of the training. These two houses here will be part of a ecologically sound deconstruction and demolition, and the future site for a community green space. And when we say green space, we're looking to put in a playground, a basketball court. This training will be the foundation of a multi-year program that will look to put Highland Park on the map as a model green economy city that can be replicated throughout the country. The Green Economy Leadership Training will be primarily focused on 3 principles: energy efficiency, urban agriculture, and community renewable energy systems. These 3 technical trainings will allow participants in the community to get a baseline knowledge of how to live and get the tangible skills of how to create their own jobs, so they're not out looking for other people, but they can instill the power in themselves to create the entrepreneurial attitude to get the jobs that they want. As we move back here, we started to reclaim all sorts of materials that we found from houses and understanding what we could use these materials for. We've also spent considerable time in these 2 back lots for deconstructing these lots. Take a look over here. This is what they looked like prior to us getting back here. Obviously a lot of hands make light work, so we were able to deconstruct these 2 back lots within a couple of days. The compost. Compost is one of the main ingredients of a solid soil and infrastructure for ground and for urban agriculture. This house right here, as currently stands, is not in the best of shape, obviously. It's got a lot of problems, but first step here is deconstruction. Get the stuff out that currently resides into it. Second step, we design, finding out what we can do with this house. Where does it lie? What's it look like right now? What are some of the key problems? What are some of the key assets to it? And after we get that design done, we will then start to move forward and actually reconstructing this home and transitioning this home from what it is now into an energy efficient home, even equipping it with solar photovoltaic so it can generate some of its electricity from renewable resources. So as we move along, we'll take another look a little bit further back here now. As we get back into the alleyway, there's some great minds out there that want to turn the alleyway into green spaces, which is a great idea. An opportunity, again. Many people look at the alleyways in Detroit and Highland Park and see problems. These could be solutions. These could be epicenters of people coming together in the community and really starting to bond over what they have back here. Right now we are working on an idea called permaculture, a design, a mindset, a lens, if you will, to see the problems as solutions, to look around you, deal with what nature has given us, and rebuild with that in mind. One of the big principles of the training is to do a reclamation of all the materials and all the things around us, so we are not going out and buying new things. You see just random things that we can use: lumber, tires, bricks. Right here we've planted some produce. We got some tomatoes and some peppers here. Again, look, we're using edges. Permaculture design, by creating the tires in this diamond pattern, we're able to create edge for another middle bed here. So that creates more space, allows for more produce to grow, really to maximize our yield and our efficiency here in this backyard. It's a great idea. Make sure you're always creating edge with your materials that you're using. Raised bed right here is just the wood that we used, again, from the house. Nail it together, put some soil, some compost, some mulch down, go ahead and lay your seeds in. Again, same thing here. These are simple designs, simple and easy solutions that you can find all throughout your community. And this is kind of the baseline for what we're looking to do here in Highland Park. Obviously these plants are going to be growing and they're going to be feeding a lot of this community. This is something that was started, herb spiral, basically, again, urbanite. We find urbanite all over Highland Park. Broken down concrete is what urbanite is, nothing more than that. Taking urbanite, starting in a spiral location, and going out in spiral, then these interior areas will be put with soil and compost, and that's where we'll plant our herbs. And you do this consensual pattern. Next time I see you, we'll be over on the corner lot showing you a future site of the Highland Park greenhouse that we'll be erecting later this summer. Welcome back. As we take a look here, we see a typical lot here in Highland Park, Michigan. Again, also a very typical lot throughout not only Michigan but the Rust Belt area. So when we look at this, we try to think about what can not only represent the clean energy economy, but also can create jobs in this community. Right now, working with the City of Highland Park to do demolitions and make sure those demolitions are done in a ecological manner, not just filling and dumping, but actually reclaiming any products in these houses before we take them down, and then using those products. But these houses come down as part of the Green Economy Leadership Training, and once these houses come down, we have about 1/4 acre here to start to construct infrastructure that will represent what the holistic clean energy economy looks like. Right now we're designing a full structured greenhouse that will go right here on this plot of land. This greenhouse will provide lots of opportunities for local residents and individuals alike to really start to understand what local food and nutrition is all about. This greenhouse will also look to employ several individuals throughout the community. So again, going back to that creating jobs aspect, getting this community back to work, back to the point where they're working within the community. So this greenhouse here will look to be finished by August of 2010 as part of the Green Economy Leadership Training. Participants right now are designing the greenhouse, are designing this land, are designing the process in which we will go about to implement. We invite you to take a look at what we're doing here in Highland Park. Take a look at the houses, take a look at the community, take a look at a house that we turned into an urban classroom. Started out much like this, and we turned it into a classroom for learning. Ground zero, we turned it into a classroom for learning. We can take what we have right now and turn this into solutions. We look around, many people see problems. I see solutions. I see a laboratory for ingenuity, creativity. I work for an organization also called Energy Action Coalition that runs 10 summer programs throughout the country, programs in the Twin Cities in Minneapolis, Cleveland, Ohio, Vicksburg, Virginia, Corvallis, Oregon, San Antonio, Texas. All these other cities and states across the country are making the change happen right now so that we can unite together to make sure that we can change